All right, Taurus, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for November 23rd through the 29th. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology, which you can find more about down below. All right, Taurus, so this week a lot going on, especially involving that Saturn squaring up to Neptune energy, like I was talking about last week, and a full moon illuminating things, and that full moon is going to be in your sign, so your first house. So this is a sort of 6-month, culminating point of anything new that you've started around that time ago, involving self, involving your motivations, your drives, your intentions, and anything that involves you, really. It's the first house. It's the overall life. So it's an awareness time. A lot of you Taurans are going to have a lot of certain things coming to the forefront about who you are, about how to move forward, what your goals are. Lots of that awareness. So it's a great time to reflect while at the same time moving forward with this perhaps very energetic time period of the lunar cycle. So that's going to be a high point as well. Saturn squaring up to Neptune, going exact on Thursday after that full moon on Wednesday. So there is this still uncertainty, about the future. And for you, it's probably involving those relationships, one-on-one connections, or anything to do with interrelationships, business, sales, legal matters, as well as your career, okay? So, or your big picture stuff, whatever that might be. So the key with this is to work constructively towards it, like I've been saying, and especially if there's that confusion or doubt, because it's going to be through that action, that slow and steady action, that's going to be what's needed. And if you are feeling that dense energy, it's that faith and trust in the process as well. And we're probably all feeling a little bit of both. So the good news with this is that Mars is actually in very harmonious aspect to not only that square, but also this full moon. So lots of support coming in from your self-expression, from having fun, joy, maybe getting in contact with some, hobbies, doing some hobbies, things that sort of get your energy moving because you're motivated, because they're creative, because they're a passion of yours, perhaps. So that's going to be a good emphasis, and I think it's a great way to focus on this week with Mars sextiling up to these positions. And I think naturally you should, as we all should, have this patient and steady approach to the relationship stuff, taking it nice and slow, although there's that square and there's that uncertainty with that. Asserting yourself, right? Going after the things that are important to you, while at the same time balancing that with relationships will be the key, especially around this full moon. So good drive, good motivation. I recommend channeling it into continuously expanding on that 7th house, those one-on-one connections, while becoming more aware of self and what your true values are in life, which is something that's very important to you Taurans. So that's going to be the high point of the week. Now, within that context, we do have a couple aspects in the early part. We got Venus opposing up to Uranus. So this balancing here between the self-expression these first 2 days and the hobbies and the creative stuff, and it could be, children, if you have children in your life, spending time with them. It could be creative. It could be small business, anything that essentially we create is sort of coming into this needing something new, needing something different. And it could literally be in the external environment, as it sometimes is with an opposition. So that new and all of this energy is about community. It's about groups. It's about working in the more other-oriented sphere. So while you're passionate, while you're motivated there, perhaps even enjoying these things, remembering the importance of having freedom to give, to contribute, and balancing the 5th with the 11th in that way, and really realizing that they're really not oppositions at all, that what we're really passionate about is what the group needs or the community needs, and vice versa. So that'll be important. Now, Venus is, of course, your ruler too, so keep everything nice and grounded these first couple days involving self, etc. And your routine, you may want to mix things up these first couple days, and it could be a good idea, just again, make sure it's nice and grounded. So that's these first couple days, and then as we go in towards that full moon on Wednesday, Mercury does conjoin up to Saturn, which is then activating that square. So here the seriousness and uncertainty really gets into the thinking patterns of things. Okay, so try not to overthink it, try not to get too disciplined, too serious with it to where it becomes dense, too dense. And this could also be involving your financial stuff, which is really important for you to take seriously this week, while at the same time, constructively maybe building that and making some changes with that. And that's also with your self-expression. So while there's a lot of support for you to assert yourself, there is patience needed, with that self-expression and creativity. All right, it's highly emphasized, especially around Wednesday. But again, positive support from this particular area and Mars. So you could be quite motivated with your ideas this week. Then on Saturday, we do have Chiron going station direct here in your 10th house. So now some wounds being brought to the surface, perhaps, for healing, which is good, involving the public stuff, involving the career stuff. But this is the last station direct of Chiron, now that he's moving into Pisces for good. So the energy that's been with this is is pretty much wrapped up, and it's been over the past many years that you've already gone through this healing, and so it's now this last sort of next cycle with Chiron, this next year of finishing up, and it will really just be for the next few months until he gains his forward moving momentum into Pisces. So that's going to be healing there, rejuvenation, probably going into next week involving the career stuff. And then on Sunday, the sun, who does shift into Scorpio this week, around midweek, is going to have that conjunction with Saturn. So there is that focus, and I think for you, it's certainly on the relationship stuff. I think you're naturally already thinking more about that stuff, and it's good to socialize. It's good to synergize with that while being grounded, while taking it very seriously and building those solid roots, which is Saturn in your 7th. And here with a focus, expressing yourself in a patient and a disciplined way, I think is key pretty much all week and this weekend also. All right, but the shift is definitely going into those relationships. And for you, as it always is, important to have openness, trust, and depth to those one-on-one connections. All right. So that's the general energies of the week. Hope you guys have a good one. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.